Ever notice your child sleeps better after a day of playground time? Of course you do. And it's not coincidence. It's the proprioceptive system at work. Today we're going to look at why heavy work helps the body calm down and how to do it so it actually supports sleep instead of revving your child back up. Hi, I'm Diane Lusney, and if you are a mom of a child on the autism spectrum who is struggling with sleep, I'm here to help you. Let's get into it. Point one, heavy work before bed? Let me start by explaining what heavy work actually is, because it's not about your child lifting weights or doing hard labor. Heavy work is an activity where your child's muscles and joints have to work against resistance. Resistance means pushing, pulling, moving against something that pushes back. Think about pushing a heavy laundry basket across the floor, playing tug of war, pulling open a sticky drawer, or doing animal walks like bear crawls where the arms and legs support body weight. Here's what makes heavy work so powerful for sleep. When your child does these activities, their muscles and joints send very specific messages to their brain through something called the proprioceptive system. Proprioception. Let's break that word down. Proprio means one's own, and ception means receiving. So proprioception literally means receiving information about one's own body. It's the sense that tells you where your body parts are and what they're doing, even if your eyes are closed or you're not looking in that direction. When these sensors activate during heavy work, they send strong, steady signals to your brain that says, I know where I am, I'm feeling grounded, I'm connected to something solid, I'm safe. These aren't just physical messages, they're emotional messages too. The brain interprets this proprioceptive input as a safety signal. And when the brain feels safe, something really important happens. It starts to turn off the stress response. Cortisol is a hormone that gets us up and going in the morning and should drop during the day. It puts your child's body into alert mode. When the brain is getting these strong organizing signals from muscles and joints, it reads the situation as safe and stable. The fight or flight alarm system starts to shut down. Here's another important piece. Proprioceptive input is organizing to the body. Unlike other senses that can be overwhelming, like bright lights or loud sounds, proprioceptive input rarely feels like too much. For children on the spectrum, it's the one sensory input that almost always feels good and helps them regulate. What you can do: add about 3 to 5 minutes of steady, resistive play about 30 minutes before starting your bedtime routine. The key word here is steady. You want slow, rhythmic movements with consistent resistance, not fast and exciting activities. Try slow wall or countertop push ups. Maybe have a contest who can do it the slowest. A Tai Chi sequence, bear crawls, or carrying heavy items like a laundry basket. Keep the motion slow and rhythmic to help calm the nervous system. Has your child ever tried Tai Chi or another slow movement exercise? Did they like it? Let me know below. Until researching this, I never thought about using Tai Chi to support sleep. Point two, optimal muscle tone for sleeping. Now I want to talk about something that I seldom hear discussed when it comes to sleep: muscle tone. Muscle tone is the amount of tension your muscles hold even when you're resting. Right now, you're probably sitting or standing. You're not actively flexing your muscle, but they're not completely limp either. They're holding a certain amount of tension to keep you upright and ready to move. That's muscle tone. For sleep to happen, your body needs to find the Goldilocks zone, or what could be called the neutral middle in muscle tone. Not too tight, not too loose, but comfortably relaxed. But here's the challenge for many autistic children. Their muscle tone is often not in that neutral middle zone. Some children have muscle tone that's too high. Their body feels tight, shoulders raised, jaws clenched, and their muscles simply can't let go. It's like they're always braced for something to happen, even when they're trying to rest. Other children have muscle tone that's too low. Their muscles feel floppy and loose. This might sound like it would make sleep easier, but it actually doesn't. When the body feels too loose and ungrounded, the brain can't find that secure, settled feeling that it needs to drift off to sleep. It's like trying to fall asleep on a wobbly surface. You never quite feel stable enough to let go. I was once told by someone that when she laid down and her weight was distributed, she felt like she was floating and she felt very uncertain. This is where heavy work becomes incredibly valuable. For children with high muscle tone, the resistive movement helps release the excess tension. When the muscles work hard, pushing and pulling, they activate more fully. And then when the activity stops, those muscles can finally relax more completely. For children with low muscle tone, heavy work gently activates and strengthens the muscles, giving them more structure and support. The proprioceptive input wakes up those sleepy muscles just enough to create better stability in the body. Once muscle tone balances into that neutral middle zone, something wonderful happens. The body feels comfortably heavy. This is the feeling you want for sleep. When your body feels pleasantly weighted down, like you're sinking into a mattress. The brain interprets this heaviness as safety and readiness for rest. What you can do. Immediately after heavy work, transition into stillness. This is the most important part. Try a few slow stretches or wrap your child snugly in a blanket and let them rest for a bit. This transition time is when the nervous system really shifts into rest mode. Don't rush this part. Even 2, maybe 3 minutes of quiet time right after movement can make a huge difference. Point 3. Timing and consistency for the win. Not surprisingly, heavy work can either help sleep or hurt it. The difference often comes down to timing. Heavy work too close to lights out can wake up the body when you're trying to help it settle. Heavy work too early in the evening doesn't work either. The calming effects wear off. The sweet spot is about 20 to 40 minutes before you start the actual bedtime routine. But timing isn't the only thing that matters. Consistency is equally important. When you do heavy work at roughly the same time every evening, it becomes a cue. The brain starts to recognize we're doing slow counter push ups. That means the day is ending. That means it's time for my body to relax. What you can do: make heavy work part of your bridge between evening activity and the bedtime routine. As long as you allow for the 20 to 40-minute pre-sleep rule. If, once your child is in bed and you need some relaxation tools, check out my free T-zone system for relaxation and sleep below. Heavy work helps the body power down by organizing the nervous system, normalizing muscle tone, and creating a bridge from active to rest. When you time it right and do it consistently, it becomes a powerful tool in your bedtime toolkit. And talking about toolkits, do you know which of your child's sensory tools are alerting and relaxing? What if that fidget toy, or that music, or that special blanket is quietly keeping your child alert instead of helping them relax? Some sensory tools can be both soothing and stimulating. If you want to learn which sensory strategies genuinely support sleep and which ones are secretly sabotaging it, even when they seem like they're helping, join me in my next video.